In this video, I'm going to show you how you can edit a picture using Gemini AI, some best practices, and a few things that you need to know when editing a picture using this AI tool. So to edit a picture, you have to navigate to gemini.google.com, or you can also use the mobile Gemini app on your phone. But here I'm going to be using the desktop version, so let's navigate to gemini.google.com, and after that, you can write a prompt or you can upload a picture that you want to edit. In this case, I'll try to edit this picture, and I'm going to just right click, copy, and then I'm going to paste that into this area. But if you have the picture on your device, then you can click on this button and then select the file from your device. So here, I want to edit the picture. I want to remove the cars on the left lane of the picture. So the prompt goes like this: edit, and then remove the cars on the left lane. So I do recommend to include the keyword edit, because from my testing, if you don't include that keyword, there is a good possibility that Gemini is not immediately editing the picture. So you want to be more explicit on your prompt. You want to specify that the task is to edit the picture. And I do recommend to make the prompt to be as specific as possible, although a simple prompt like this can also work. But if you want to make sure that the result is very close to what you want, then please be specific on the prompting. Anyway, I'm going to send the message, and Gemini will produce a new picture based on the requirement that you have set. And in my opinion, the quality of the editing on Gemini, which is using the Imagen 4 model, is much better than other AI models, especially comparing to ChatGPT. So let me give you an example. Here, I asked Gemini to edit this picture. Basically, I want to remove the glasses that she wears, and this is the result. So this is the result. I think it's pretty close to the original picture. Everything looks the same except there is no glass. But this is a bit different, because if you look closely at the eyes, it looks just a bit different, maybe just a few percent different, but overall it's pretty close. Now, if you compare it with, let's say, ChatGPT, then you can tell that this is definitely not the same person anymore. And that's why I said Gemini is much better at editing a picture compared to ChatGPT. Although that doesn't mean this tool is perfect, because I noticed that there are some problems with this tool. So first of all, there is a limitation, although the limitation on Gemini is much higher than ChatGPT. On ChatGPT, you can only create 3 images a day, but on Gemini, you can create 10 to 20 images, which is pretty good. But unfortunately, there are some problems. So Gemini is not specifying what model is being used, because if you're using the free plan, sometimes it is using Imagen 4, which is the latest model. Sometimes it is using the Imagen 3, but there is no way for the user to know what image model that is being used. So that's one problem. Secondly, it is very sensitive. Here, I asked Gemini to edit this picture. I want to remove this kid from the background. But because the picture contains children, Gemini is basically refusing to edit the photo, even though there is nothing wrong about this picture except I want to remove the background. But for Gemini, it cannot do that. And also, sometimes even just a woman appearing on the picture will trigger Gemini to not edit the picture. So that's a problem with Gemini. Even though the result, the quality or the accuracy of the picture is pretty good, but due to that restrictions, sometimes some photos just cannot be edited. Like for example, this one, I want to add Godzilla into the scene, but when it could be seen as causing harm into the area, which is, again, this is AI, this is just fake scenario, but Gemini treating it like it was a real event. So that's my problem with Gemini. But other than that, if you look at the quality, then I'm quite happy with the result of the Imagen 4 model on the Gemini AI. So go ahead, use Gemini to edit any kind of pictures. There are a lot of things that you can do. You can change color. You can also use it to replace an object, or maybe change the time setting, or do a lot of different things. So that's basically how you can edit a picture using the Gemini AI. If you find this video to be useful, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.